Everyone moving to North Atlanta in 2026 is asking the same question. If you were doing this move all over again, where would you actually live? Because here's the truth, North Atlanta has no shortage of great suburbs. Alpharetta looks polished. Johns Creek has the great schools. East Cobb feels safe. Milton feels exclusive. On paper, they all check boxes, but paper doesn't show you lifestyle friction. It doesn't show you traffic fatigue. It doesn't show you whether you'll actually use the amenities that you're paying for. And it definitely doesn't show you how your day-to-day life feels once the excitement of the move wears off and real life kicks in. I've worked with relocation buyers coming from California, New York, and even overseas. And the buyers who are happiest long-term will all say the same thing. They didn't just buy the nicest house they could afford. They chose the suburb that made daily life easier. And if I were relocating to North Atlanta right now, knowing everything that I know about pricing, traffic, schools, taxes, lifestyle, long-term value, there is one place I would move without hesitation. Roswell, Georgia. And today I'm breaking down exactly why. What makes Roswell different, what you need to understand before choosing it, and who it's actually best for in 2026. Hey everyone, I'm Weslyn Bezila. I'm your North Atlanta relocation guide and your local real estate expert here on Life in North Atlanta. I hope you get a real look at what it's actually like to live here, move, and buy a home in the North Atlanta suburbs. So if you're thinking about relocating to the area, make sure you subscribe and go ahead and hit that bell for me so you don't miss my weekly videos. And if you're already planning a move and you want help choosing the right area before you make a decision, you can schedule that free relocation strategy call using the link in the description below. All right, let's talk about why Roswell would be my personal choice in 2026. One of the first things that people notice about Roswell is that it doesn't feel manufactured. It wasn't built overnight. It doesn't feel like it's trying to compete with anyone. While some North Atlanta suburbs lean heavily into newer, bigger, shinier, Roswell leans into identity. This is a city with layers. You see it in the architecture, the street canopy, the established neighborhoods, and the way downtown Roswell actually functions as part of daily life, not just a place you visit on the weekend. That sense of history and maturity is something that many relocation buyers don't realize they miss until they find it again. And this difference becomes even more important once the new house excitement fades and real life sets in. School mornings, work days, errands, and routines. Now, character is great, but location still matters. So let's talk about where Roswell actually sits and why that matters more than most people expect. Roswell sits in a very strategic sweet spot within North Atlanta. You're close enough to Atlanta to stay connected, but you're far enough out that daily life doesn't feel chaotic. Most residents can reach Buckhead in about 25 to 35 minutes outside of the true rush hour. Midtown is roughly 40 minutes, and Alpharetta will be about 15 to 20 depending on the time of day. What makes this especially valuable is that Roswell isn't dependent on just one major highway. Yes, they obviously have Georgia 400 nearby, but locals also rely heavily on surface streets and back roads. Riverside Drive, Holcomb Bridge, Old Alabama, Canton Street. There are multiple ways to get where you're going. One thing that locals do learn quickly is that Roswell isn't about the fastest route, it is about the right route. People know when to use Georgia 400, when to avoid it entirely, and when to cut across surface streets that save you 10 or 15 minutes. That local knowledge alone can dramatically reduce your daily stress. For buyers working hybrid schedules or remote jobs with occasional days in the office, Roswell offers balance without burnout. But location alone doesn't make a place livable, long-term anyway. What really matters is how you spend your time when you're not working. And this is where Roswell truly separates itself. Roswell doesn't just give you a place to live, it gives you places to go. Downtown Roswell along Canton Street, it feels alive without being overwhelming. You can walk to dinner, you can grab coffee, you can meet up with your friends, enjoy some live music without fighting the crowds that you would deal with around Avalon. What surprises a lot of buyers is how different Roswell feels on a Tuesday compared to a Saturday. So weekdays are gonna be calm. Coffee shops are gonna be usable, parking is easy, trails are quiet. Weekends bring energy. They bring festivals, farmers markets, and events, but it never tips into that chaos. Beyond the downtown, Roswell offers direct access to the Chattahoochee River, miles of trails, and historic parks like the Roswell Mill. This outdoor access isn't just a perk, it becomes part of daily life. You've got morning walks you can take, evening bike rides, you've got weekend hikes. It's all built in. And what I hear most often from relocation buyers is this: Roswell feels easy. Weekends don't revolve around driving. Errands don't feel like events. And that sense of ease is something that many people don't realize they've been missing until they experience it. Of course, lifestyle is only half of the equation. You also need housing options that actually fit your budget and your preferences. So let's talk about what buying a home in Roswell really looks like in 2026. One of the biggest reasons I would personally choose Roswell is the variety of housing options. Unlike some North Atlanta suburbs where everything looks the same and it sits in an HOA, Roswell gives buyers real choices. In 2026, buyers can still find older ranch homes, split-level homes starting in that mid-500s, particularly in established neighborhoods. Those neighborhoods are farther from downtown. Homes that are closer to Canton Street or those that have been renovated typically fall in that 700 to 900,000 range. Newer builds and luxury pockets push past $1 million easily, but they are not the only option. What makes Roswell especially appealing is that many neighborhoods offer larger lots. They have that mature landscaping. They don't have HOA restrictions. That flexibility matters more than people expect, especially for buyers that are relocating from the Northeast or the West Coast, and they're used to more autonomy. Another insider note here: renovated homes in Roswell often sell faster than the brand new construction elsewhere because buyers are willing to trade the square footage for location. They're willing to trade it for character and lot size. And that shows up again when it's time to resell. So that said, inspections do matter. Many homes were gonna be built in the 1960s through the 1980s there, which means you need to pay attention to plumbing types, electrical panels, crawl spaces, and HVAC systems. The charm is real, but so are the maintenance realities. Now, housing is one thing, but for families, schools are often the deciding factor. Roswell is served primarily by the Centennial High School and Roswell High School clusters, and both of those are well rated. They are competitive and diverse. For many families, these schools are more than sufficient, and they offer strong academics and extracurriculars as well as community involvement. Elementary and middle school experiences do vary by neighborhood, which is why zoning matters. But overall, the school options here are very solid. What Roswell doesn't offer is the top ranked at any cost reputation of places like Johns Creek. And for many families, that's actually part of the appeal. What I see over and over again is that buyers who start their search thinking they need the top ranked district in the metro. But after touring homes and spending time in Roswell, they realize they would rather have a better daily lifestyle and still very strong schools without stretching their budget just for those rankings. So Roswell strikes a realistic balance between education and lifestyle as well as affordability. But schools and housing only tell part of the story. Let's talk about something that surprises a lot of buyers. After they close, taxes and ongoing fees. Property taxes and HOA realities. Okay, Roswell sits in Fulton County, which means property taxes are higher than the neighboring counties like Cobb. Most homeowners can expect effective tax rates around the 1.05 to 1.15% of assessed value, depending on exemptions and reassessments. That difference is noticeable, but many buyers feel the lifestyle benefits offset the higher tax bill. HOA costs will vary widely. Some Some neighborhoods have no HOAs, and swim tennis communities may run you around $800 all the way up to $1,500 a year. Townhomes will often carry monthly dues between $250 and $400. The key here is choice. So Roswell lets you decide how much structure or freedom you want. Now let's address the elephant in the room, and that is commute. If you commute daily to Midtown during peak hours, Roswell will test your patience. There's no way around it. However, Roswell offers something that many suburbs don't, and that is options. Locals know that when they want to use Georgia 400 or when they need to avoid it entirely, and which surface streets make sense, depending on the time of day that it is. That flexibility doesn't eliminate traffic, but it does reduce your stress over time. Most long-term Roswell residents don't judge the area by the worst traffic day of the year. They judge it by how it feels on the other 90% of days. And that's where Roswell tends to win. For hybrid workers or remote professionals, this becomes far less an issue. And for many buyers, it's worthwhile trade-off. So with all that said, let's get very clear about who Roswell is for and who it's not right for. I would say that Roswell is best or ideal for buyers who value character over the cookie cutter design, who want that walkability without the chaos, and who care about how daily life feels, not just how a home looks online. It's especially appealing to hybrid workers, remote professionals, and families who want access to nature without giving up convenience. This is a place that people move to with the intention of staying. Roswell may not be the best choice if you want brand new construction, you need top-ranked schools at any cost, or you commute daily into the deep part of Atlanta during those peak rush hour times. It's also not ideal for buyers who want luxury amenities built into every neighborhood. Roswell is not flashy, and that's exactly why many people love it, including myself. Why I'd personally choose it, if I were relocating to North Atlanta this year, I would choose it because it offers something that's hard to measure but easy to feel, and that is livability. It's the kind of place where weekends improve, routines feel lighter, and you don't immediately start planning your next move. And that matters more than most buyers realize at the beginning. The best place to live in North Atlanta isn't about rankings or hype. You hear me say it all the time. It's about finding the area that actually fits your life. And for a lot of buyers in 2026, Roswell quietly checks more boxes than people expect. And if you're serious about relocating and you want help narrowing down the right area before you make your move, I do offer free relocation strategy calls where we can break down your budget, your commute, your lifestyle needs, and the best zip codes for you. You'll find the link to schedule that call right in the description below. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my weekly North Atlanta videos. I also recommend watching some of my other videos next, and it'll help you get a clearer picture of what living in North Atlanta is really like. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.